Hello guys, today is June 6th, 2026, also known as D-Day for June 6th, 2026 ain't D-Day, that's 1944. This is what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about D-Day. We will have a clip going as I will speak through and I will tell about timelines, history, and the reason of this and the aftermath. Alright, so the start was Germany has terrorized Europe for years, and so you would notice that Europe was not happy. The Axis were the people that we went against in World War II. Basically, France was not happy, so they asked the French resistance, asked the Allies to send help and try to help them. So then they needed to prepare, and they agreed. They said, we'll need time to get this ready and we'll prepare. Afterwards, we will help you. So, the thing is, Germany invades deeper into France, but they practically, at this point, it's like 1943. The French are like in desperate need, so the Allies send spies to go help. The preparation was about how Germany set up the beach. Germany found out basically what the Allies were doing, and they're basically like, okay, we have a beach. But the thing is, they thought the beach was, like they thought this was all like a little, like, they're all capping, and they're all like, no, this is a lie. So basically, what they did set up defenses. They said, Germany was like, okay, we'll set up defenses. So they had barbed wire, they had machine guns, they had pillboxes, they had a whole bunch of different things. I actually can list all of this off real quickly. I literally have this book right here, just if I need a reference. So here we go. They had teller mines, hedgehogs, barbed wire, landmines, machine gun nests, and artillery casements. The Allies needed to push through the seawall to make it to the artillery casements, and this was one of the most bloodiest conflicts in human history. So here we are. Here is basically how it went down. The U.S. and all the other allies sent ships to the beach to start the attack at around 6 a.m. When the boats were on the water, every soldier was either scared or accepting their fate because they knew this was going to be their time. And this was one of the biggest attacks in World War II. When the boats actually got onto the beach, they had to drop the ramps, even if there was cover or not. They had to unload soldiers. It would be back and forth. Basically, what would happen was they would drop the ramps, and all these soldiers would go out and either find, like, the thing is, you can't stay in the beach. You can't hide in the beach. Like, you can't take cover there. You have to take cover while they're reloading, push. That's all you can do. It's either that or you get shot. That's it. So, they, really, most of the soldiers had to be lucky, like insanely lucky, to not get killed and make it to the seawall, which was mainly around 2 hours in where they mainly started getting to the seawall. But the boats have run back multiple trips, picking up soldiers, putting them down, sending more. It was about a 4-hour conflict right there, like a 4-hour battle in this conflict. I mean, and the beach, once the beach was like taken around, finally Germany really did run out of ammo, and the Allies made it to the seawall. The thing is, that seawall, there's barbed wire on it, so they couldn't just like walk over it. They had to have bangalores, and a bangalore is it's a bomb. It's like a skinny 10-foot bomb that just like 2 5-foot parts, connect them together, pull the thing. There's a little cord that you pull that, and it blows up. So that's how they got up. Once the seawall was actually fully opened, the Allies ran, and they said, "We're running here. We're taking the artillery cannons. We're taking these machine guns. Next, we're taking the bunkers." So they declare out all these bunkers, and the reason why this was one of the more, this wasn't as deadly as I thought it would have been. Because really, the reason why it wasn't as harsh was the fact that Hitler thought that the Allies were going to a different beach. And that's where he thought that this was just a decoy to where he can send all these other troops. Like, we got the Luftwaffe all the way on this other beach. We got the Panzers. We got all these Tiger Division. We have all these tanks, all these planes, all these soldiers over there. And Hitler's thinking, we outsmarted them. They thought we would fall for their trick. They fell for their own trick. The thing was, we, the Allies, went actually on to Normandy. We went into Normandy, we went on to Omaha Beach, and we took that. So the city was also taken by the Allies. This was a conflict that, this battle actually was, I think, the deadliest battle in World War II. There's a whole bunch of conflicts in human history, but this one was one of the, I'm not even talking about the battle right now, I'm talking about like World War II itself. World War II itself was a very bloody and had multiple fatality. It had a high fatality rate in World War II. I mean, alone, 6 million Jews were killed because of Hitler saying it's the final solution. So that's sad how genocide was carried out in World War II. But I mean, I think about 1,000, maybe 500,000 like soldiers on each side, Allies and Axis, came home. Which is sad because the war started as with over 500,000. No, it started with more. It started with about 500 million soldiers taking part into this war. So Hitler really thought that this beach was going to be one of those beaches that it was a decoy and stuff. So here we are. They decided to, the reason why they did we're in this is like the second to last final year of the war. I mean, you gotta think how much, if you started the war in 1939 and you made it this far, you'd at least be high up in the ranks. I mean, you would have had to go through multiple bloody battles. And the thing was, most of these, and the boats actually that were used to bring soldiers were called Hingens boats. They were LSTs, or landing ship tanks that had 230 cals to give protection. They had some for tanks. They had most of them for soldiers, but a few were tanks. Then during, like, this was one of those conflicts that this battle was insane. But we took this. We took the beach in like 5 hours in. Like 4 to 5 hours in. We took the beach. We took the bunkers. And then afterwards, you would have to... It didn't stop there. It really didn't stop. I mean, the Germans didn't retreat from here. The only place they could have retreated to was the city, in which we took as well. The Allies took the city as well. So, really, the Germans had no escape. I mean, they could have ran, and if they were found by other Germans, they probably would have been killed for a desertion in battle. So, I mean, it's insane how the laws of war, the Geneva Convention is insane. We'll follow that in a different video, but for now, we're just going to focus on D-Day. So, yes, we did take the city, the town, whatever, but afterwards, this leaded up to the liberation of Paris, liberation of France. And that also leaded up to basically Germany was fighting two different sides. They were fighting the Western and the Eastern. Eastern being Stalingrad, and Western being like the Battle of D-Day. Like, they were fighting two battles at once. So they were like, their soldiers were thin. They were like cutting so thin during this war. At the end of the D-Day, the Allies eventually did win, and they won. They took over D-Day. That was it. That was it. They went to liberate Paris, and so afterwards, most of the soldiers, if you've ever seen the movie Saving Private Ryan, it puts a good image in your head of what D-Day was. You're not going to think, okay, D-Day was just this battle that was inhuman conflict. That was just, it wasn't it was a battle. It was a battle that helped. It was one of those major pushes in World War II. But the thing was, if Japan did not bomb us on Pearl Harbor, there would have been a chance that Germany most likely would have actually won this battle. Like, if the U.S. didn't get involved, there would have been a high chance of the Axis winning. I mean, but you would think, there's like 3 to 4 countries going against 3 to 4 countries at that point. The Allies, they had Russia, France, the French resistance. They had British people, Canadians, Americans. I mean, and there's much more. We had like a whole bunch of other people. And then the Axis, they had Italians, they had Germans. I mean, what else did they have? They didn't have too many people. They had Japan. They had the oh wait, hold on. They had Japan. I think they might have had China. But really, the thing is, if the U.S., I mean, most of the soldiers, I mean, it was mostly cut out through Allies. I mean, it was like These soldiers were U.S. These were it was mainly cut out and split out. It was split evenly. But I think U.S. had more soldiers in this fight on the Allies. So, there's actually, I will give you some, I'll give you a rundown on the code name of this battle was not D-Day. It was Operation Overlord. And it was, there's literally a movie called Operation Overlord. I watched it the other day. It's a really good movie. But it literally tells you about this one American who gets into enemy Germany hands and knows about this operation, but at the same time he knows it, but he doesn't know everything. So he's been tortured and stuff to get told. But we had a lot of stuff was going on in that battle. There is we had Germany had defenders of the 716th Division fortified houses and buildings by the shoreline so they could actually take cover there. And then after that we had a whole bunch of people. At the end of the day 29,000 troops were shored at Sword Beach with only 630 casualties. This is not Omaha Beach. This is a total different beach. A D-Day objective was reached out to a junction and Canadians have not occurred. Basically, this is one of those battles that if we didn't win, we would have most likely lost World War II. We have the 4th Infantry Division, the 9th Infantry Division, 79th Infantry Division. This is the 1st U.S. Army. 90th Infantry Division, 30 Commando Assault Units, 70th Tank Battalion, 237th Combat Engineer Battalion, 299th Combat Engineer Battalion, the 1st Infantry Division, the 29th Infantry Division, Ranger Assault Group, 2nd Ranger Battalion, the 5th Ranger Battalion, the 43rd Tank Battalion, the VII Corps, the 5th Corps, and then we're going to British and Canadian here. We got the XXX Corps Commanders, 50th Infantry Division, 69th Infantry Barrage, 151st Infantry Barrage, 231st Infantry Barrage, 56th Infantry Barrage, 8 Armor Barrage, number 47 Royal Marine Commandos, 1st Royal Marine Armored Support Regiment, 89th Field Company Royal Engineers, 90th Field Company Royal Engineers, 3rd, these are the commanders, the 3rd Canadian Infantry Barrage, the 7th Canadian Infantry Barrage, the 8th Canadian Infantry Barrage, 2nd Canadian Armored Barrage, 79th Armored Division, which was British, 9th Canadian Infantry Barrage, and then here are the commanders. Hold on, sorry. 9th Infantry Barrage, 8th Infantry Barrage, 185th Brigade, 5th Royal Marine Armored Support Regiment, the 27th Armored Brigade, 1st Special Service Brigade, 4th Special Service Brigade. And that was all the Allies during this battle. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool how I actually can look at this and do this. But one of the main weapons that was actually used, see, we had Germany with their MG42s up there, like, and so, yeah, I mean, here we go. We had the M1 Grand, we had the 1911, we had the BAR, the M250 caliber, we had the Thompson, the Grease Gun, anti-tank, we had the M1 Bazooka. Germany, they had the Kar 98K, MG34 and MG42, the MP40.